Time is 20 minutes to 9. It's half term, as I'm sure many of you know. One activity you might well be considering with your children is a trip to the cinema. But does the cost of sweets and snacks in the foyer put you off? Well, meet Adam Glennon. There he is. He was kicked out of his local cinema for taking his own supplies instead of buying food on site. Outraged at the cinema's policy, he staged his own one-man protest. And Adam joins us now from our Manchester studio. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Thanks for talking to us this morning. So this is interesting. You would be amazed at the amount of response we've had from this story. Tell us exactly what happened.
Well, basically, I walked past another shop before going to the cinema and spotted the cheap food in there, and I thought, I've not got much money, so today I will purchase some cheap sweets and crisps for me and my friend. Usually we do buy the stuff in the cinema, so it's about going either way. Sometimes I take food in, and sometimes I don't mind paying the stuff in there. It just depends how much I've been paid that week, I suppose. And so I took the stuff into the cinema in like a sports bag, which I've taken in a million times before, whether it had swimming gear in or whatever. And the security guard beelined over, asked me what was in the bag, and I thought he was looking for alcohol, so I just let him look in, and he started having a root. And to my shock, he said, "You can't come in with those sweets." So I said, "Just give me my money back then." And my mind started ticking over, what could I do? Because I was just outraged by it.
Now, of course, Adam, I should point out that it is clearly displayed that you can't bring food in to the cinema. You must buy stuff on site. How do you feel about that policy? I'm not quite sure whether that sign was on the outside when I went on that Friday. I think they changed it. It was just as you went in. I'm not quite sure about that. But the issue for me has gone past that anyway. It's not just about having the signs and them saying that. You know, if I had diabetes, where's the food for me? If I'm struggling with my weight, where's the other food? You know, where are those options for everybody else? OK, well, we did get a statement from Cineworld Cinemas, who told us this. We have a food and drinks policy which outlines that all food consumed on the premises must be purchased at one of our concessions. This is in line with most cinema chain policies, as well as most sporting and leisure venues in the UK. We also offer our customers a full refund if they choose to leave. So, obviously, you turned round and took your money back and left the cinema. Yeah, and another thing, I never contacted Cineworld about anything. I wasn't even interested in their comment, to be fair, because that mechanical comment that they've given back, I only could have predicted that myself anyway. I wanted to tell the people just so they knew what the situation was. So what's your advice to people, then, who are going to go to the cinema? Is this going to stop you going to the cinema and spending money in their foyer on their sweets and stuff? Well, as I say, I do buy the stuff in there occasionally, you know, and as the leaflet says, we deserve a choice. That's what the situation, that's what I'm looking at, is what are they going to do to widen the range of the, you know, the things they've got in there? Why should we be punished because of their bad management and they can't think of other ways to bring in money? So they keep putting up the prices until eventually they go, oh, we'll just shut it down then. Adam Myron in Stevenage has worked for this cinema in the past and said that the reason the food is expensive is to keep the staff employed, to be able to keep all the ushers, to keep all the people taking tickets, especially during times when there's not a lot of people in. So obviously they get a lot more turnover when there's bigger crowds. So indirectly, the food sales is actually paying other people's wages. Right. Well, my response to that is, if anyone who's ever worked in management knows that you've got to think on your feet and you've got to do different things. Think of something else. Open up the cinema, one of the parts of it, to the college or something like that. You know, instead of forcing kids from outside the cinema, why don't they open it up and do something a bit more interesting with the massive property that they've got, instead of just saying, oh, let's put the money up on the sweets. It's not a good enough excuse, that, for me. OK, well, Adam, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, what you'd like to see is more healthy food, particularly, and more of a choice for people. That'd be fantastic. OK, well, thanks very much for joining us and sharing your opinion. It really has got you going this morning. And let us know what you think. You can text us 67890. The text will cost you 25p.